How healthy are you? Are you this healthy? Are you this healthy? How about this healthy? Okay, that's too healthy. Or not healthy. Or whatever. For the most part, Americans aren't really very healthy. According to health metrics that scientists and health people study, the US is the 64th most healthy country in the world, far behind places like Spain, Italy, Iceland, and Japan. That's because, for the most part, Americans have pretty shitty diets. They eat stuff like this, work too hard, which means less exercise, and drink and use tobacco too. Plus, there's quite a few people here who have substance abuse issues. But that doesn't mean there aren't a bunch of Americans who aren't healthy. There's a bunch of us. Some states have lots more healthy people than others do. In order to tell which states are the healthiest, we just had to measure healthy things. You know, which states have the lowest obesity and smoking rates and the best overall mental health, and which states get up and after it versus the ones who don't get up and after it. So pick up a salad, grab your favorite workout shoes, and don't forget to stretch as we explore America's healthiest states. So it seems fitting that we explore the healthiest states in the US by, what else? Traveling by bicycle. And our first stop on our healthiest journey across America begins in California. What? California is not the healthiest state? No, but it's up there. Let's see why. First of all, California has the 6th lowest obesity rate overall, where 25% of the population is considered obese. Now, that's really sad that 1 in 4 people being obese is good, but that's just how the cookie around America crumbles these days. How does California stay so thin anyways? Do people still use Dexatrim there?
So when I discovered that more pharmacists recommend the Dexatrim diet plan, that was good enough for me. Dexatrim really helps curb your appetite, so you eat less and lose weight.
Besides the whole sorta skinny thing a lot of California people have, they also don't smoke all that much. At least cigarettes. Only 2 other state residents smoke less than Californians do. That's due in part to strict smoking laws there, which make you look like a real jerk if you light up anywhere near anyone else. California does have the most air pollution in the whole country, however, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was in the 70s and 80s, when kids literally had trouble breathing after playing outside all day. I was one of them. In fact, air pollution in the entire US has dropped 12% since 2015. So that's cool. Okay, let's get out of this state before somebody tries to get us to vote on some crazy new law. Let's hop on our bike and go all the way across the country. This is going to get old really fast as we come to our 9th healthiest state in the US, Vermont. Oh yeah, you know they eat their grape nuts here.
This crunchy cereal is made from natural ingredients, wholesome wheat and barley, and it's fortified with vitamins. Its naturally sweet taste reminds me of wild hickory nuts. I call grape nuts my back-to-nature cereal.
Vermont has a very low uninsured population and an obesity rate that's in the bottom 10 of all US states. However, like California, there's some bad with some of that good news. Over the last few years, this state's overuse of substances has increased by 32%. Of course, Vermont's diet consists of maple syrup, nuts, berries, and moose, but it also consists of goat cheese and a lot of Ben & Jerry's ice cream. They must just know how to moderate here.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Karen. Oh, hey, you're here to give us a fact on your first day of work as our new co-correspondent. What do you have for us, Miss Mappy?
Did you know Vermont is one of only 9 states without a major college football team?
No, I didn't know that, Mrs. Mappy, but what does that have to do with health? See, how this works is you give me a factoid that's relevant to what I'm talking about, like what Mappy does. Oh God, she disappeared. I hope I didn't hurt her feelings. All right, we're gonna see how that sorts itself out, but for now, we hop on our bike and don't have to ride too far as we come to the 8th healthiest state in America, New York. New York's obesity rate is 27%, good for the 9th lowest in the US, but far higher than it was in 1990 when New York's obesity rate was 9.3%. We're all way fatter now, so it's not just you, New York. But at least you're not Louisiana, which is by far the unhealthiest state in America, where 37% of folks are obese. Louisiana also has far more smokers, drinkers, and crazy people than New York does too. New York's elected officials have threatened to tax soda or even ban it completely. That didn't pass, but there are already 6 cities in the US who tax soda as a way to disincentivize poor eating and drinking habits. If you look at a map of New York State, you'll see where the worst offenders are. Parts of the New York City metro area are in shape, as are the skinniest people in the state, up near the Canada state line. It's these parts of the state with the biggest fatties around. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Okay, that's stupid. Okay, so we have to ride our bike through the freaking snow to get to our next healthiest state in America, and we have to ride all the way to Washington to get there. That'll take like 2 months. Washington has a low smoking prevalence and the lowest rate of physical inactivity in the nation. It's not hard to see why. With beauty around every corner and a cool but not freezing climate, who wouldn't want to be outside all day hiking, kayaking, and of course, bicycling? What about combat juggling? Do they do that here? What, have you not heard of combat juggling? Recently, it was decided that Seattle's the second most healthy city in the nation, citing the availability of healthy food and parks, beating out other bellwether leaders in this category, places like Salt Lake City and Denver. There's almost more farmer market tents than homeless tents in Seattle, and that's a lot. Let's call somebody in Washington and find out why people there are so healthy.
Yeah, Bar.
Hey, my name is Nick, and I'm doing a YouTube video on the healthiest states, and Washington is one of the healthiest states in the country, and I'm trying to figure out why.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Are people in Washington like extra healthy because they exercise more? Are they eating right? Is it a mystery?
It's partially a mystery. I mean, a lot of people are pretty health conscious in their eating, and we, at least in the summer months, we do a lot of outdoor activities here. So a lot of hiking and stuff like that might play a factor into it.
You can bet Washington realtors are probably getting all sorts of calls from people wanting to move there and soak up the healthiness. On our way out of Washington, we get asked for change by about 50 homeless people and got rained on a lot, but we made it out alive, no big deal. Now we set our sights on our next healthiest state, Minnesota. Minnesota's an interesting state. It has the 3rd least number of smokers, but it also has the 6th highest number of drinkers, so you can bet DUI attorneys are busy here. It's also the fattest state on this list. It ranks 20th nationally in terms of how many people are in shape. However, Minnesota has one of the lowest uninsured populations in the US and the lowest rate of cardiovascular deaths in the country. Most of that's due to great hospitals like the Mayo Clinic. And Minnesota has an abundance of cheap food.
Coupon specials this week are King Cotton meat or beef hot dogs, 12-ounce package 9 cents, or Hunt's peach halves or slices, 2 29-ounce cans 39 cents with coupon and $15.
Peach slices for 39 cents and hot dogs for 9 cents? How do you do it, Minnesota? Who is our 5th healthiest state in the US? Massachusetts is. Does that come as a surprise? Well, when you hear how good Massachusettsers are with their health, it won't be a surprise. The Bay State's obesity rate of 26% is the 4th lowest in America, as is the state's 14% smoking rate. And this state has the highest immunization rates and the lowest uninsured rate in the US. So no weird anti-vaxxers here in Massachusetts. No siree. Massachusetts also has one of America's lowest doctor-to-patient ratios, too. That follows the national trend, where across America, there's more doctors per patient than ever. The number of mental health providers has increased 8%, while the number of primary care doctors has increased 5% nationwide. Good for us, America. Too bad it's so damn expensive to get treated. It's enough to make people bankrupt. Okay, so we're going to take a break from riding this damn bike because our ass hurts so bad as we summon an Uber with a bike rack on it and ask him to take us to our next healthiest state in America, Connecticut. And also, I put the Uber driver on quiet mode so I don't have to talk to him about what it's like to be a YouTube star. Same as it ever was. Here in Connecticut, things are just a little bit better than Massachusetts in every category. They're a teeny bit skinnier and smoke a little bit less. However, if there's a bad thing, it would be that Connecticut's junkies are dying at a younger age and more often. Overall, Connecticut residents' health has really improved. It's actually taken some work to get there, as the state of Connecticut has made strides to improve its citizens' health, as well as improve its citizens' access to health care.
Did you know Connecticut has the worst roads in the whole country?
Oh, well, I did not know that, Mrs. Mappy. I would have thought it would have been places like Ohio or Pennsylvania with the worst roads. As a whole, America's infrastructure is actually really lousy. But, on Connecticut. While that fact wasn't necessarily related to health statistics in any way, it was an interesting factoid. So good job, Mrs. Mappy. But I still miss Mappy. Where is he? We're down to our last 3 healthy states. And if you like boring rule followers, then you'll love living in Utah. They're a bunch of goody-goodies over there, where they have the lowest smoking rate in the US and the 3rd lowest drinking rate. So what do they do for fun here? Only 11% of Utah residents are in poor mental health. That's low. And Utahians are also the 11th skinniest. As such, they have the lowest prevalence of diabetes in America. I guess they eat really healthy in Utah, is what I'm saying. Now, the reason the US is only the 64th healthiest country is because we eat a lot of this. And not what they eat in places like Spain and Italy, where they consume stuff like this. Fruits, vegetables, fish, and whole grains, along with healthy fats like olive oil, nuts, and avocados. But we'd kick their butts in everything else, so take that. America! It's time to take this show on the road and cycle right next door to the state of Colorado, our 2nd healthiest state. Wait, why are we flying? Wait a minute, are we ET? How are we flying? Oh my God, Mappy, you're making us fly. Making us fly is so much better than what Mrs. Mappy did today.
I just want to make sure you're all right, Nick. Even when you don't think I'm there with you the whole time.
Oh my God, Mappy, I think I'm gonna freaking cry. Well, this episode certainly took a twist towards the end. I'm trying to compose myself here. In Colorado, the obesity rate is the lowest in the country, at 23%. Again, so sad that 23% is good, considering that in countries like Japan, only 4% of people are obese, and they're all probably athletes. Other factors that make Colorado a healthy place to live are the 3rd lowest rate of physical inactivity, again, beautiful scenery, and the 3rd lowest rate of cancer deaths, because they have the lowest smoking rate in America at 9%. Okay, so we have a problem. Our healthiest state in America is Hawaii, but how can we bike there? Maybe we'll just have to get a plane ticket and, oh yeah, Mappy, you'll get us there. Lead the way, awesome co-host of the day. Mappy's the best, everyone. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the clouds. Never-ending story. Oh. Why is Hawaii the healthiest state in all the land? Well, they're just about tied with Colorado in terms of how low their obesity and smoking rates are. The only real difference is Hawaii has a lower drug use rate, lower air pollution, and drinks a little bit less than their Colorado peers. But they still drink quite a bit in Hawaii, though. Of course, most people in Hawaii eat pineapples, and they surf all day, and they ride dolphins to school, and they drink coconut water all day, and they hula dance all the time, and they catch their dinner with spears, so no wonder they're so healthy. It was almost a tie. Maybe next year Colorado will win. Okay, so there you have it, the healthiest states in the country. In case you're curious, these are the least healthy states in America, where people wave their fat in the air and just don't care. We hope you learned something in this video. We did. And as we fly home back across the Pacific Ocean to our home state of North Carolina, we have to remember to count our blessings, be nice to one another, and don't worry so much. Smile today and do something nice for somebody else. Especially if they look like this. Bazooga, bazooga. Ow! Dang, girl! For reals? Damn! Ow! Do you see a lot of healthy people around where you're at in Tacoma?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you traveled to other states, and if so, do people look less healthy than where you live?
Oh yeah. No, I lived in Hawaii and Florida, and I'd say that, yeah, both those places there was a lot of unhealthy people.
Yeah. Well, Hawaii is actually the healthiest state of all, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very surprising to me, because they eat mayonnaise like it's going out of style over there.
Okay, I did not know that. I thought it was mostly.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was pineapples and coconuts all the time.
That's what the tourists eat. Talk to a local.
Okay. All right, man. Well, it sounds like people in Washington take pride in being healthy, and I guess that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, stay healthy. I appreciate your insight.
Hey, my pleasure. You take care and good luck with your film.
Thanks, dude. Bye. Rhymes that hold their secrets will unfold behind the clouds. And there upon a rainbow is the answer to a never-ending story. A never-ending story. Hey guys, if you learned something new or you just like this video, make sure to like it. And if you really like this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get all of our videos about what it's like to live in different places in America. Peace.